If you're the owner of a small business, do you find yourself feeling invisible? Do you feel like just another face in the crowd? If that describes you, stick with me, because today I'd like to share with you 5 important tips that will help add value to your small business. Hi there, I'm Mark from Valor Excel, where we're committed to helping you do smart work. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have you ever heard the expression value added? Well, it can sound like a cliche or a catchphrase, but it really has great meaning for the owners of small businesses and nonprofits. Because adding value should really be what you are about. Beyond the goods or the services that you're providing to your customers or clients, you want to be able to enrich their experience so that they're leaving you with much more than just the bare minimum. You want to offer them something that differentiates you from the guy down the street. And that's what I'd like to talk to you about today. It can feel overwhelming in the fiercely competitive world out there. There are so many others doing things similar to the things that we're doing, and we need to find a way to not simply look different, but to be different. It's not about gimmicks, it's not about catches, it's about focusing on serving people in a way that really does give us more in what we're able to do and how we're able to grow, brought about by us giving more to the people that we serve. So today, let's talk about 5 ways that you can add value to your small business or nonprofit. Value added is basically the difference between the cost of your goods or services that your customer or client is paying and how much it actually costs you to bring it about. So being able to give the client something extra, building something in there that enables them to walk away from their experience with you and feel that they really got more than their money's worth, is a key component to your success. The first 2 points I'd like to share today are actually interrelated. Number 1 involves psychographics, and number 2 involves geographics. Number 1 is this: understand the people you are trying to serve. A big mistake that many small businesses and nonprofits make is not really understanding who their target audience is. As a result, when they generate advertising, it tends to be incredibly general, so general that it's pointless. By trying to appeal to everybody, they wind up being overlooked. It's very important to identify who are the people that will really benefit from the products or the services that you offer. When you can answer that question, then you can fine-tune your advertising to specifically reach them. Find a way to present what you do that's captivating, relevant, and honest, and people who truly can benefit from it will see it coming a mile away. Number 2, understand where your market is located. You've probably heard the expression, it's difficult to be a small fish in a large pond. That's true, but I also think it's difficult to be a small fish in a small pond. You don't have to worry about the big guys, but you do have to worry about everybody else whose businesses are similar in size and scope to what yours is. That's really where you need to ask yourself, am I in the right geographical location? Am I offering goods and products that really apply here? Are the services that I'm bringing to this community beneficial? Or am I just offering something that I'm hoping will catch on? Answer that question, and you can clearly define whether or not your base of operations is positioned where will be most beneficial to you and likewise to the people that you want to serve. Number 3, answer your customers' questions before they ask. If you can master this one, you'll have a tremendous advantage over your competition, because it really comes down to wanting to be inside your customer's or client's brain. You want to put yourself in their shoes and ask some very serious questions of yourself. How would I feel if I were seeking out the services that I'm offering or purchasing the products that I have for sale? If you can do that, you can understand how to package what you're offering in a way that makes sense to the customer, in a way that is appealing and attractive, that draws people in. You want to be able to anticipate what might be asked. It's so much better to structure everything that you do around that understanding than to be caught like a deer in headlights when you're suddenly put on the spot by a client or a customer and you don't quite know what to say. Figure it out in advance, and you will win in the long run. Number 4, discover how your customers perceive value. Now, just because you find something valuable doesn't mean your customer or client will. And this ties back to what we talked about earlier with understanding the people that you're trying to serve. You need to really look at what you're doing, and particularly if there are 10 other businesses in town offering similar services or products, ask yourself what you can offer without breaking the bank that will make a much better experience than your client or customer would receive elsewhere. What can you do to put an extra plus in the transaction? There are different ways that you can answer that question, but a lot of it comes down to trial and error. Maybe you have a product offering for a limited time only, or you offer a service add-on that you wouldn't normally offer just to see if people really are interested in it. If it turns out to be popular, you can incorporate it into the structure of what you do later on because you already know people are interested. And number 5, which is in many ways the big one, find a need, fill a need. Like I said earlier, it's a lot more than just saying, I'm offering this product, I'm bringing this service. You have to make sure people need it. So ask that question. What is it that people need? And if other businesses in your community are offering something similar, this is where you can really branch out and grow. You don't want to duplicate what somebody else is doing. You want to better it. You want to serve your potential client or customer in a way that they aren't. So you can look at other products or services and figure out how you could refine that experience to bring true value to the customers you want to serve. There's a great example I'd like to share that will explain this a little bit more. In 1919, right after World War I, American society was changing. More and more people were moving, and so a need got created that a very enterprising man stepped in to fill. The man's name was Ward B. Heiner, and he recognized the fact that there were people moving who needed assistance. So he founded Red Ball Transit, which had moving trucks and workers that would help move people's furniture as they relocated. That was a great start. But in 1933, Jim Ryder decided he wanted to do something even better. And he recognized there could be great benefit in people renting their own trucks. That way they could load whatever they needed to, and it would be at their convenience to drive wherever they were heading. And so, with the founding of Ryder Truck Rental, an entirely new business model got put into place. 12 years later, in 1945, Sam and Anna Mary Carty Schoen took what Jim Ryder had done and expanded the idea. No longer would someone have to drive the truck they rented back to the place they rented it from, but now, with what the Schoens developed, you could rent a truck, drive to wherever you were moving, and turn the truck in there. Thus, U-Haul was born. It can be a tremendous way to grow your business. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're looking at what's already in place and figuring out how you can add even more value for the people that you want to serve. I hope this was beneficial for you today, and you may feel completely overwhelmed because you may recognize that things aren't quite aligned the way they need to be in your small business or nonprofit. If that's the case, I'd like to offer you absolutely free something that can give you a tremendous insight into the health of your organization. If you click on the link in the description below, you can download a free PDF called Taking Your Organization's Temperature. It's 30 statements about the health of your organization. You basically answer each one of the questions, add up the corresponding numeric value, and you'll figure out whether or not your business approach is inactive, reactive, or proactive. If this was helpful, please like this video, and in the comments below, let me know what you're dealing with. Are there other factors that make you feel invisible in your business market? Please hit the subscribe button. In the days to come, we have a lot more content specifically tailored for small businesses and nonprofits to really give you an advantage and to help you look at the most positive steps you can take toward real growth. Thanks again. Please join me next time. And remember, at Valor XL, we're committed to helping you do smart work. Bye for now.